Good morning. My name is Walter Fisher. I'm here for today's Tech Takeaway. And in this Tech Takeaway, we are going to talk a little bit about how to get your grade center better organized. So let's jump in and see some things that we can do in the next 2 minutes or so. Uh, One of the first things we need to understand is we can't have these lines like this in your grade center. If you have the double dash lines, that means it's not affecting the student's grade, and the student will feel like that they have a better grade than they do because the zero that they probably deserve because they didn't do the assignment is not getting counted against them. Now, a lot of you may know that already, but what you might not know is how to clear out some of these attempt in progresses. So if it's for an exam and it has this attempt in progress sign like this, what you can do is you can go into the attempt, and as you can see, there's seems to be no way to submit this student's attempt, but actually what you can do is it may or may not be hidden, but if it is hidden, you just click this here and you can submit that student's attempt and go ahead and clear that attempt in progress. So that is tip number one for you. The next thing you should do is a lot of times we will have a bunch of columns with possibly the same name. So as you can see right here, we have 2 exam 5s and we have 2 exam 3s. Now, the best way to deal with this problem is see if it will actually let you delete the column. See here, it lets me delete this column. So if I can delete the column, I must not need the column. Okay, obviously if it has grades in it, you don't want to delete it. But as you can see on this exam 3 here, it does not let me delete the column. So this exam 3 is a carryover from some other class and we obviously don't need it. So we're just gonna go ahead and delete it. And so now that cleans up our grade book a little. Now, these 2 exam 5s, what about these exam 5s? It doesn't let me delete either column. So that means that there's 2 exam 5s somewhere over here in my content area. The best thing to do for that is wait till the end of the semester and see which one populates with grades. And this is the main thing that I want to talk about with the time I have today. At the end of the semester, before you copy your class forward, you want to delete everything out of the grade book that doesn't have grades in it, because it will just keep copying forward and it will be confusing to you and the students moving forward. So at the end of the semester, see what all has grades in it, and then go ahead and get rid of what you don't need. Don't copy it forward. Do not wait till you get it into your new grade center, because then it won't have any grades in there and you will be lost. But fix it before you copy it forward. And so, like with this example here, whichever one does not end up with grades in it. So obviously it's this exam here, because the grades are appearing in this column. Go ahead and delete that column. And you will have to find it in here, wherever it may be in here somewhere, which I don't know where it is and I don't have time to find it, but you will have to delete it out of there, and then it will delete out of this area for you. A couple of more things that you may not know is this is a very small canvas to work with, and especially when you're trying to find duplicate columns and stuff, you can hit this button right here and you can expand the columns, okay? And you can make this a lot bigger field of view of things you need to see. And you can also shrink the columns to a certain degree to get more things on screen, especially when you're just working with trying to clean it up. And if that doesn't give you this real estate that you need, you can also, let me get it out of this mode here. You can also use these smart modes to eliminate it by or to sort it by test or assignments, but there's actually a lot of different smart views you can have. As you can see, journals, discussion boards, and you can even create your own smart view if need so. And one interesting fact that you may not know is you can go and see, like, this column is named help here. Well, you can go back and change that in hindsight. So I can change this to edit column information, or using edit column information, and I can rename this. Now, if it's tied to something else over here, an assignment over here, it won't let you change the column name, but it will let you change the grade center name. And the grade center name is what will appear in your grade book, which may make it easier for you to navigate. What I want to get to is this category field. You should always be assign these categories. That way, that's what helps your smart view know which one to show. So if you assign these categories, it will help you easily organize and track down problems with your grade book. Okay. So as you can see now, that is practice assignment. If you don't have enough categories, never fear. You can go to manage and you can click on this categories button and you can create a new category. So make sure everything has a category so you can get everything lined up correctly, and it'll make it easier to manage your gradebook, especially if you have a lot of columns. The other thing that many of you like to do is you like to hide columns that you don't need. But then what happens is when you copy them forward, then it's just a hidden column copied forward, and then it's still creating a problem later. So just a quick review: if you want to hide a column, hide from instructor view. There's also a hide from student view, so don't get those mixed up, but you can hide it by clicking on this button. And if you want to make it reappear, you go here and then you go to manage, and then you go to column organization, and you can hide and unhide columns. A lot of times we'll hide columns like last access, availability, child core, student ID, because they're just taking up real estate. So in here, you can unhide columns that you have previously hidden. And also, obviously, this is the place where you can move columns around. Okay. Sometimes it lets you delete columns from here, but again, if it's attached to something else in the grade center, it will not let you hide it. Okay. And there's also an easy change category button here as well. So you have lots of options in this column organization. Okay, and so my time is basically up. If you'd like to know more, please go ahead and give us a call or drop us an email, because there's obviously a lot more to talk about with the Grade Center. But again, the main thing I want you to focus on today is go ahead and clean your Grade Center up at the end of the semester. That way, moving forward, it will be easy to keep it organized. Thank you.